You know, I have this saying that goes a little something like this. Art is the stamp of identity in the continuum of time. And what I mean by that is, I truly believe any art form that's ever been created was meant to be created at the time it was, and no matter what, it can never be replicated. And that statement has never been truer than when it comes to the Rush Hour franchise. The combination of two completely different cultures paired together in a buddy cop movie. What's there not to love? Rush Hour pushed Chris Tucker into superstardom overnight. He went from getting paid $5,000 for the first Friday movie to getting paid $5 million for the first Rush Hour movie. Jackie Chan was already a megastar in his own right, especially in China, but this film really broke him into new audiences. For a lot of people in the West, this was their first introduction to the man, the myth, and the legend that is Jackie Chan. His phenomenal martial arts abilities and his infamous real stunts was something Hollywood had never seen before. Jackie Chan basically invented this comedy style kung fu which translated so well to new audiences, making every fight scene unique and entertaining, adding new stakes and using the environment in creative ways. Such a big contrast to the brutal, serious action scenes we were used to seeing in the 80s and the 90s. This was the first time we saw high stakes action choreographed in a comedic style. Director Brett Ratner did an outstanding job here. Rush Hour is like the baby of Lethal Weapon and Chan's Police Story series, balancing the perfect combination of comedy and action together. Who would have thought that Smokey from Friday and Kakoi from Police Story would have some of the best on-screen chemistry that we've ever seen? And the funniest thing is, Jackie Chan at the time barely even spoke English, and yet it still worked so well. The plot of Rush Hour is simple. The daughter of a Chinese diplomat had been kidnapped, and it's on two police officers from completely different countries to pair up and find her. But let's be real, nearly every action movie before the 2000s involved somebody's daughter getting kidnapped. It was the generic plot for filmmakers to go to at the time. This film took that generic formula and put that magical touch of Jackie Chan onto it, merging the brash and braziness of Hollywood with the cool and slick feel of Cantonese cinema for the first ever time. It was like seeing Ali vs Tyson in their primes. The film is so well paced, so you're never bored for a second. The action is top tier and the comedy is just relentless. Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker might be the greatest duo since Ronaldo and Rooney. And don't even get me started on the bloopers. They're worth the price of admission alone. This is one of the rare films where the end credits might be funnier than the actual movie, and that's saying a lot because the movie is extremely funny. The emotional beats are hit perfectly on cue and don't drag or take away from the sense of fun Rush Hour has to offer. Amber Rose makes her debut appearance as the fearless, terrifying Juntao. I think he had like 4 lines in the entire film, yet every time he appears on screen, he's incredibly menacing and comes off as an unpredictable time bomb. It reminded me a lot of Jet Li's role in Lethal Weapon 4. He had no lines either, but that just added to the intrigue of the character. The action sequences are peak Jackie Chan. Every punch, kick, and improbable use of furniture reminds us why he's a legend. And what's great is how they mix the action with humour. In every movie, Jackie is always trying to outdo his last ones and find new ways to make the fight scenes more entertaining. But what really makes this movie a timeless classic is the relationship between Chan and Tucker. It's a classic odd couple pairing. Serious meets silly and quiet meets loud, and somehow it's also really heartwarming. By the end, they're not just partners, they're brothers. Dysfunctional and chaotic, but brothers nevertheless. Chris Tucker's over-the-top delivery is perfectly balanced by Jackie Chan's deadpan reactions. It's like comedy choreography and it works so well. If you haven't seen Rush Hour in a while, do yourself a favour and rewatch it. And if you've never seen it, what are you even doing here, man? Go fix that immediately. That's like saying you don't know your ABC. What the fuck, man?